Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up and comment down below. Don't forget to don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. Y'all, I just want to say before we get into this video, I want to say I love you guys so much, y'all. If you're not following me on Instagram, but I posted on my community tab too, I did make my brunch available today, like tickets available today. And y'all, well, not today when y'all see this it will happen yesterday, but y'all, I literally got one ticket left, but I'm gonna add some more tickets on there on Monday. So if you did miss out, don't worry, I'm gonna add some more tickets. But it is limited seating, y'all, because this isn't like a place that I'm hosting at. Like, this is literally a place that I rented out. I paid for the chef, I paid for, it's literally something that I'm actually doing on my own. So it's like, yeah, there's limited seating just because of the size of the venue and all that stuff like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I love y'all. And my person finally came. But anyway, let's get to the story. So y'all asked for part 2. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna give y'all part 2 right when y'all asked for it, because why not? Why make y'all wait? So I'm gonna give y'all part 2. Y'all. So rewind that back when we was at Benzino house. I gotta remember, because it's hard. Like, y'all don't understand how hard it is trying to keep up with fake names with people, especially when it's like you don't call them that. Like, well, I don't call this man nothing because I don't talk to these people, but yeah. But anyway, so we was at Benzino house, y'all remember. Like I said, I passed out drunk. I went to sleep. I was out. I was over with, right? So the next morning come, it's early in the morning, y'all. Y'all know when you pass out drunk early, like earlier than usual. Like, when you pass out, you sleep good through the night, but you wake up early as hell. So it's like early in the morning, and I wake up and my phone is right here, so like right by my face. So I just tap it. Mind y'all, we sleep on the floor because Benzino ain't had no bed in his room. And it's crazy because everybody else, like, he had a sister, he had a mom, obviously, and he had a brother. Everybody had beds in their room, but I guess Benzino didn't deserve a bed, not with the attitude he had. But anyway, so we sleep on the floor. I like tap my phone. I seen it was 7 in the morning. So I'm like, oh, it's early. So I see Joe is right here laying next to me sleep. I roll over because at the same time as I'm waking up, like my head is still kind of spinning. You still hearing random noises that's not happening. I hear like moaning and groaning. Like, I hear some grunting noises. So I'm like, who's that? So I roll over, and when I roll over, I see movement, but I see, kind of up movement, whatever. So I can't see who it is because all I can see is the back of Benzino. So I'm just like, who is that? But mind y'all, I don't see other people. So I'm thinking like, is that my friend, or is that the other girl, one of the other girls? Like, who is that? Like, it's 2 people missing. So I didn't want to ruin the people's session. So I just laid there. I laid there, and I'm trying to like wait for a long time. I'm like, dang, I'm laying here in my head like, maybe I should try to go to the bathroom or something. Maybe I should this, because they just take it like, they just moaning and groaning, still just getting it in. So finally the phone rung, Benzino phone rung. So he gets up, and when I heard his phone ring, that's when I turned over, because that's when I was going to say something. Like, I was going to say, Tasha, is that you? Because I wanted to know if that was Tasha or not, because I'm like, wait, where's my friend? Like, so I roll over right when the phone rung, because I was going to say something, act like the phone woke me up. Y'all, Benzino gets up, no drawers on, no pants on, hurry up with the phone call, and walks out. Thing just out, y'all. I'm like, what the fuck, ew. So, y'all, the person is still, like, under the cover a little bit, but you can see their head. So, I'm like, Tasha, is that you? Tasha, is that you? Because mind y'all, he left out. So the person didn't say nothing. The person didn't say nothing at all. So I'm like, that's weird. Why aren't they saying nothing? Is that Tasha or not? Like, where's my friend? So at this point, I sit up and I'm like, Tasha, is that you? Mind you, why not obviously just take no for an answer? But no, I'm like, is that you, Tasha? So then next thing you know, she's like, like she waking up. She like, girl, oh my God, was you calling me? I didn't hear you. I just woke up. You must have woke me up when you was calling me. Was you calling me? So I'm just thinking like, girl, no, you didn't just wake up, because I heard your ass moaning and groaning. And I knew it was her moaning because it was a girl moan. Even though, some guys moan like girls. Not because so you just don't feel like it, like, but I don't like my man to moan like to sound like me. Don't sound like me when anyway. But yeah, it was her. Like, it was most definitely a girl. So I'm just like, I'm like, oh, you just woke up? She like, yeah, I just woke up, girl. I just woke up. What time is it? So I look at my phone. I'm like, girl, it's 7 in the morning. Oh my God, my head hurt bad. Like, she like, yeah, girl, my hair bad. So I'm like, dang, like, I was out. I'm like, I don't remember nothing from last night. Like, I was out. I'm like, all I remember is just coming up here and going to sleep. So I'm like, so we just talk and go back and forth. So Joe ended up waking up, and he's like, man, y'all loud. He ended up waking up and he left out the room. Mind you, Benzino still ain't came back in the room. So we in there, we just talking. Now that he left out, so I was all like, where them girls at? So she was like, oh, they left like right after, she was like, right after last night, like we just smoked and then they left. We ended up coming back upstairs and going to sleep. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, why they leave? So she like, oh, because I guess they went to go to another party or something like that. They went to go do something. Like she said something like they went to go turn up. So I'm just like, that's crazy. So I'm like, what was Joe doing? Like, did Joe, you know, because I ain't even gonna lie, I was insecure as hell. But I'm like, was Joe like talking to the girl, like what's up, like was anything weird? So she like, no, Joe's cool, like he's actually good for you, friend, like he's good for you. He was trying to make sure you was okay, he was checking on you or whatever. She was like, after that, like we stayed downstairs for a cool minute. She was like, he had came back up here with you and had went to sleep too, and then we all just ended up coming upstairs, like them girls had left after we smoked. Like she just kept saying that over and over again. So I'm thinking like, okay, you said this, like you said after y'all smoked they left, like why do you keep saying that? But I didn't say it out loud, but I'm just thinking that. So she like, yeah, oops. So she like, yeah, he's a good boyfriend. He's a good boyfriend, girl. Like, don't think nothing too much into it. Like, da-da-da-da. It wasn't nothing like that. He ain't worried about that girl. He not like her. He like you. He's a good boyfriend. He's a good boyfriend. He's a good boyfriend. She just kept on. He's a good boyfriend. So I'm like, oh, okay, girl. Well, that's cool. Like, you know, so now we just laughing and joking. I'm like, dang, I wish we could have won that party. We just talking and she just like, yeah, we laughing and stuff. She like, girl, yeah, we need to run that back and actually go to a party. I'm like, right, what you doing this weekend? Like, oh, it's summertime. I see they having a beach day on this day. Like, da-da-da. We just talking about so much. We on Facebook scrolling. So next thing you know, Benzino come back in there. He got pants on now. He come back in there and he was all like, all right, y'all, we gotta go. My mom is on her way back. Because y'all, mind y'all, like, somebody was like, where was the parents? Y'all, my grandma or my mom did not know I was spending that at Benzino's house. That's for sure. I literally most likely told them I was either going to Tasha's house or somebody, Tasha family or one of them girls' house. Like, no. And for sure, I don't know if Tasha's parents or people cared. I don't know. But Joe, his people didn't care because I used to sneak spend the night at his house and they didn't care if I was there. And they didn't even care to ask, like, do your parents know you're here? But anyway. And who else? Who else? Benzino, yeah, he wasn't supposed to have no company, but his people was gone. I guess they went to a party and they spent the night at the party they was at and they was coming back. So he was like, yeah, my mom on her way, y'all. We gotta go. We gotta get out the house. Come on, we gotta go. Y'all was supposed to be here. So we getting up. I'm like, dang. I'm like, let me try to call and consider and see if he could come give us a ride. So I'm like, have you talked to Malaysia and your best friend and the other girl? All of them? So she like, yeah, they had hit me up last night when they made it to his house or whatever. She like, but I haven't talked to them this morning. So I'm hitting him up. I tried to call him. He didn't answer. I text him. He didn't answer. I'm not about to blow this man phone up. So I'm like, damn, Benzino, like, we don't have time to be waiting on him to call back. Like, we have to go now. We just gotta catch the bus. And I'm like, dang. So he like, yeah, I'm gonna come with y'all though, because I'm gonna go to Joe's house. So I'm like, all right. So we get up. I'm like, fuck, it's 7 in the morning. I'm tired. We about to be at the bus stop. Mind y'all, the buses is not, it seemed like the bus take forever to run. So we leave out the house, y'all. We leave out and we at the bus stop. So me and her, we standing at the bus stop talking. Benzino and Joe, they off to the side. Like, they moved a little bit down. They talking about whatever they talk about. I can't hear them. But me and her just laughing, talking. She just like, girl, I missed you. Like, oh my God. And da-da-da-da-da. And we just talking about so much. Like, right. Like, this is our first time actually being able to go party together and didn't even work out right. Like, we just talk about so much. So she like, what day did they say that beach day was? I'm like, oh, it looked like it's a bounce that ass in a Sunday at on this Wednesday or some shit. I don't know. I'm just telling her, like, because they used to make up the weirdest names for these flyers. So I'm like, oh yeah, like shizzle in the sand or something day. I don't fucking know. But I was just telling her, like, oh, it's on this day. So she like, girl, we gotta go. Like, mind y'all, she's just being so much energy. Like, we just talking, like, we just having a cool conversation. Like, I don't remember the exact conversation word from word, but it was so much energy there and laughing and like, oh my God, and reminiscing and all this stuff. It was just energy there, right? So next thing you know, the bus started pulling up or whatever. So we walked to go get on the bus. They come in to get on the bus with us. So she ended up sitting down. I sat next to her, and Joe and Benzino, they went and sat way in the back, right? So me and her, we sat like in the middle and they sat way in the back. So I'm like, whatever. Me and her still just was talking. That's why I sat next to her. I thought they was gonna sit by us too, but they way in the back. So we just talking, chopping it up, laugh. I'm like, girl, no. Do you remember such and such? No, bitch. What happened to him? And we just laugh like, girl, no. Remember da-da-da. We just talking about so much stuff. Energy, 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 y'all. Just keep that in mind. So next thing you know, Benzino ended up walking up and he was like, Symone, Joe wants you go back there with him. I'm about to sit right here with Tasha. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, Tasha, you good? She's like, I'm good, girl. So I'm like, all right. And I go back there with Joe. Me and Joe, we cuddling on the bus and stuff. You know, we was kids, y'all. So don't even come in here judge me talking about, bitch, you was cuddling on the bus. And it's like, y'all wouldn't, let me, it be me blanking out these cuss words. But it's like, girl, I would not do that now. Like, I wish a man would. Only how I'm cuddling with a man on the bus is if it's like the shuttle bus from the airport terminal 1 to terminal 5, or maybe like if it's like a tour bus, you know, because he on tour. I'm just kidding. I don't know. No, I'm not kidding. But that's the only bus I'm cuddling on. I ain't cuddling on no damn public transportation, because not at my big age. But you know, if you young and you want to cuddle on the bus, do what you want to do, because you young. You know, you got to experience life. But anyway, we cuddling on the bus or whatever, and he just talking to me, and he just like, yeah, he was like, I thought you was mad at me, that's why you said by Tasha. So I'm like, no, we was just talking and stuff. I'm like, why would I be mad at you? And I'm thinking like, yeah, he know I'm mad at him because when he was pulling that when he was pulling that girl hand, and it's like, yeah. But I'm just thinking like, why would I be mad at you trying to play stupid? Because I'm trying to now blame everything on the alcohol, because Tasha told me I had shit to worry about. So I'm like, let me blame it on alcohol, which it was a little bit of both. But I was just like, yeah, so why would I be mad at you or whatever? So he like, because I made you stay upstairs. So I'm like, what do you mean you made me stay upstairs? I'm like, I was tired. Like, I was tired last night. So he was like, nah, I'm talking about, you know, last night when you had tried to come downstairs, I thought you was mad at me about that because I told you to go back upstairs. So I was like, oh, like, because of those girls? Like, you know, because at this point I'm thinking like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I'm like, oh, because of those girls? Like, I'm just trying to like think like maybe I'm tripping. So he was all like, yeah, he was like, it wasn't even like that though. Like, you know, he's like, we just was waiting downstairs with them until they left. We just didn't want to be loud because you was asleep. But, you know, I didn't want you coming down there and bullshit. I knew you was drunk. So that's why I told you to go back upstairs. So I'm like, what time did they leave? Like, you know, what time did they leave? And he was all like, they left at like 6 in the morning. And I was like, 6 in the morning? He was like, yeah, they left at like 6 in the morning. He was like, because she had to wait for her mom. Her mom was on her way to work, and they was going to go to work with her mom and stuff like that. Just telling me all this stuff that I really didn't care about at this point, because you said 6 in the morning. Tasha said after they all smoked, they left. And mind y'all, we didn't get into the party, so it wasn't that late when we was at Benzino house. It had to have been like 2 in the morning, like 1 something-ish, 2 in the morning by the time I went to sleep. So I'm thinking like, how big was the blunt, y'all? Like, so I'm like, 6 in the morning. He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's crazy. He was like, no, they had to wait till the mom. I'm like, no, not that. So I'm like, you said you didn't want me downstairs? Like, I'm like, what time did I try to come downstairs? And he's like, man, I don't know, but it wasn't like that. I just knew you was drunk, and, you know, like, I just didn't want you down there, like, embarrassing yourself, da-da-da. So I'm like, I don't remember this. At this point, I told him, I'm like, I don't remember coming downstairs. So he like, you don't remember? I'm like, no. All I remember is going to sleep last night, and that's it. I don't remember trying to come downstairs. And he was just like, oh, am I tripping? Am I tripping? And I was like, no, you're not tripping. You remember, you remember. I'm like, so what did I say? Like, what happened? Like, what was going on? And he like, man, it was nothing. Like I said, we was waiting for them to get a ride. So I'm like, why you had to wait with them? Like, you know, at this point I'm irritated, because I'm like, why you had to wait with them to get a ride? Like, why you couldn't come upstairs with me? So he like, oh, I just didn't want to leave my boy down there like with all them girls and stuff. So I'm like, they was at his house when we came. You know, so he like, but your friend was there. I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm just like, all right, whatever. So at this point I kind of got irritated, because it's like, boy, you're not making no sense to me. Like, it's not making no sense to me. But he like, man, it wasn't even like that. And he trying to like cuddle up with me and like, you hear me, and I'm not even gonna say what he used to call me, because yeah, that would be like a I ain't gonna say it, but yeah, he used to call me this name. So he like, you mad at me? Not Symone, but the name that he called me. Yeah, so he's like, it's not even like a pet name. It's like, let me shut up. But anyway, so he was like, you mad at me? He calling me the name. So I'm like, no, like, it's cool. So y'all, at this point I put on my headphones, and I was like irritated. So we on the bus, y'all. Mind y'all, the bus we was taking was gonna take us to the train station. So either way, to go to both of our houses, like, we would have to get on a train or whatever. So we end up finally getting to the position. We got to Avalon. I'm gonna just say where we was at. We got to Avalon by the train station, right? But we didn't, it dropped us off right there on Imperial. So we get off the bus, and right when we was about to like cross and stuff like that, I seen down Imperial that the bus was coming, and I'm like, you know what, I don't have to get on the train. I'm like, we could just take the bus all the way down and then walk. Like, you know, we don't have to get on the train with y'all. So I told her, I'm like, Tasha, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I had asked Tasha, I was all like, so like asking her how long she was staying out here longer, and she was like 2 weeks, that she was gonna be at a friend's house, all this other stuff. So when I had asked her, I'm like, you want to come back to my house? And then yeah, so anyway, so we get off the bus and I'm like, yeah, Tasha, I'm like, we don't have to go with them, like we could just get on the bus. Mind y'all, it would have made more sense to get on the train, because if we would have got on the train, it would have been faster, because the bus of course is more stops. But at this point I didn't want to be around him. But mind y'all, I still have my headphones in my head, but I'm not listening to nothing at this point. So I'm like, Tasha, all right, come on, we just gonna get on the bus or whatever and go to my house. And I was like, all right, see y'all later, bye. So then she was like, oh, I thought we was going to Joe's house. So I'm like, no, I want to go home. Like, I want to go home and shower and stuff like that. I'm like, and plus I got to go home because my grandma is going to be wondering, because she know me. My grandma knows me. Like, if I spend the night at somebody's house, I want to come home early in the morning. I don't like to be at people's house that long. Unless I'm really just stranded at their house and I ain't got no ride and I really don't feel like catching a bus or something and they parent or somebody can't come get me until later. That's the only way, but that's very rare, because I would be like, bitch, I'm hopping on the bus, I'm going home. So anyway, so I'm like, no, girl, we gonna go to my house. So she was all like, oh, why we can't just catch the train? It's quicker. I'm like, but the bus is right here. I'm like, but I didn't say it like that. But I'm like, the bus is like right here. I'm like, girl, come on. Like, the bus is right here. I just don't feel like waiting. The train might take forever. The police might be at the train station. It's early in the morning. And plus, we wasn't going to pay anyway. So I'm like, yeah, come on, girl. Like, let's just go. Let's just get on the bus. So she's like, all right. So then I'm like, all right, bye. So he like, bye. I'm going to hit you up later. Like, telling me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Bye, Joe. So y'all, we get on the bus. So then when we get on the bus, mind y'all, like I said, I had my headphones in while I wasn't listening to nothing. But when we standing there, she started pulling out her headphones, I guess because I had mine in. So when we get on the bus, we sit next to each other. So I'm just like, girl, so what was we saying before Ms. Zeno came right there? I'm like, do you like him? Like, you think he cool or whatever? So she like, he cool. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, but he not my type. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, like, no, he not cute to me. And I'm just thinking like, y'all was literally just fucking, but whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, you know, whatever. So I'm like, did you have fun though? Like, you had a good time even though we didn't get in the party and stuff? She's like, yeah, it was cool. So I'm like, what time did you go to sleep? Like, what time you go to sleep last night? Because now I'm like, I got questions because you told me, but whatever. So I'm like, what time did you go to sleep last night? So she was like, like 3. I don't know, like right after we smoked. And they left, we went to sleep. So I was all like, oh, because Joe told me that they left at like 6 in the morning. Mind y'all, it's like 8 now because we've been on the bus forever. But it was 7 when we woke up. So they literally just left. So I'm like, Joe told me, how would you forget that? You clearly ain't went to sleep. You've been picking all day. So I'm just like, so I wasn't saying it like that. I'm just talking regular. I'm like, yeah, Joe told me they had left at 5 or whatever like that. So she like, I mean at 6. So she like, girl, I don't know what time them girls left. I wasn't paying attention to them like that. I don't know them girls. I don't care about what time they left. I just know I went to sleep after we smoked, they left. So I was like, oh, but mind you, she said it with an attitude. But mind y'all, I promise you, I'm not like checking her, like questioning her like that. Because it's like, I don't care if your story don't match up. It's his I care about. That's my boyfriend. Like, I'm gonna make sure he ain't cheating on me. So I'm just like, you know, so I wasn't even getting at her no type of way. I was just like, oh, okay, like, you know, that's it. I ain't saying nothing else. So I'm just like, girl, yeah. So if we go on this day, I'm gonna see if my grandma could take us, you know, or pick us up. I'm like, oh, we could catch the bus and she could actually pick us up because this, that, and the third, you know, the bus don't be running by the beach and all this other stuff. Y'all, why she didn't say shit else to me? Shit else to me? Shit else to me. I'm like, oh, but mind y'all, you know, with the headphones, you next to somebody, yeah, she didn't say nothing. Like, I didn't hear music come from her headphones. Next thing you know, she started turning that shit up loud as hell, and I hear music going through her headphones. I'm just like, she must be tired. She must be cranky in the morning. She must not be a morning person, because I know me, I ain't a morning person like that. I've been up for a while, so I'm cool. So y'all, I was just like, okay, whatever. So y'all, so anyway, we finally getting off the bus. Finally, we would have been at my house a long time ago. Oh, well, at least close. We'll probably been there, but we finally getting off the bus. We walking. Y'all, this put us out the way, man. That bus did put us out the way, but oh well. So anyway, we finally get to my house or whatever. It's early. My grandma cooking because it's Sunday. She cooking breakfast before she go to church or whatever. My grandma cooking breakfast before she go to church. Asking us, do we want to go? And I'm like, grandma, no. Like, I know she probably used to think like, girl, you never want to go no more. But it's not that. It's just, you catch me at a bad time, grandma. Like, I have a hangover, but I'm not going to tell her that. Of course, she'll know. She's like, grandma, I'm tired. I didn't get any sleep. They got dogs at their house. Like, you know, and she's just like, okay, whatever. So I told her, I'm like, because when we walked in, she just sat on the couch. Like, and I was like, oh, no, come on, Tasha. We could go in my uncle room. Mind you, I told you I was my uncle room, but I never used to, like, just be big in there. But I'm like, I'm about to go lay down in the bed. He was in jail for a cool minute, too. So it was like, he wouldn't come home no time soon. But anyway, so I'm like, we about to... I'm like, all right, let's go in my uncle's room or whatever. So we go in there and I like got on the bed. I turned the TV on and I was like, do you want to watch TV or was you tired or something? Like I could turn it off. Like, you know, 'cause I'm thinking like, did I irritate her or something? So she was like, I think I'm about to just get some rest. So I was like, all right, mind y'all. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when we was at the bus stop with Joe and then before we first hop on the first bus, she was like, oh, I'm gonna stay today at your house because I'm gonna be at her best friend's house for like 2 weeks anyway. So she's like, I'm gonna stay today at your house because I miss you and we got a lot to catch up on, right? So we get to my house. She was like, oh, I'm tired. So I'm like laying in the bed at the head of the bed. She's like at the foot of the bed, laying across the bed like a dog. So I'm just like, okay, what's up with her? So then I was like just laying there. Next thing you know, she's on Facebook. And then next thing you know, I just hear like videos and stuff. So I don't know if she's on YouTube or what she's on, but she's watching videos. So I'm just thinking like, I thought she was tired. I'm just thinking like, okay, she ain't a morning person. So I'm gonna stop talking to her. Next thing you know, she get on the phone. She like, hello? Girl, oh my God, I've been hitting you all morning. Where are you? Yeah, because I'm ready. Come, I'm at where we got ready at. Yeah, I'm at her house. Yeah, just come get me. She's like, yeah, y'all come get me. So I'm just like, I'm gonna spend the day, reminisce. What happened, all that? But I'm just like, whatever, I really don't give a fuck because girl, I want to sleep this off anyway. So after she got off the phone, I was like, who's that? That was your best friend and them. And she was like, yeah, they about to come get me. I'm about to just go to her house. But mind you, she talking to me with an attitude. All that jolly shit is out the window. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, how they getting home? Like they still with, and consider they still with him. She was like, yeah, he about to get him a ride home. They about to pick me up because I'm just ready to go over there and just sleep. I just want to shower and stuff. Mind y'all, when we got there, I asked her if she wanted to take a shower and she said no. So I was like, all right, whatever. Mind you, she had clothes with her too because they had backpacks when they came. They had their stuff with them. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So when they pull up, and Considerate called me and he was just like, ride with me to go drop them off. He was like, and we could get some Burger King breakfast. Y'all, I used to love Burger King breakfast. Now I wouldn't even sniff Burger King. But I was like, oh, okay, because I wanted me a croissant. So I'm like, cool. So he's like, yeah, ride with me. I'm outside. So we go. So right when, because he was on the phone, he's on the phone, mind you. All I'm saying is, oh, okay, all right, cool. All right, bye. That's all pretty much I'm saying. So when she started getting her stuff, because they called her like, girl, we outside. She getting her stuff. She getting up. I'm getting up and I'm like putting my shoes on. She's like, where you going? So I'm like, I'm going with him to drop y'all off. She was like, you don't have to. I'm like, I know I don't have to. I'm about to get something to eat too. She seemed so annoyed. Like her energy was just off, y'all. Like I said, I'm putting my shoes on. I'm trying to find me a sweater. She just opens the room door and walks out. Like just walked out, hurried up and left out. So I'm like, what the fuck wrong with this bitch? Like I know she didn't want to go to Joe's house that bad. That's what I'm thinking at this point. Like damn, she said she didn't like Benzino like that. So are you mad because we didn't go to Joe's house? What the fuck? Because like we could literally go later. Like but I'm just not realizing what's going on at all at this point. So we hop in the car. I had to hop in the back seat, squish with them though, because like I said, somebody was already in the front. The girl, what's the fuck I gave her name? Malaysia. She's already in the front seat. So I'm like, yeah. So we in the car, we talking. So I'm like, how was y'all night? Like y'all have fun? What y'all do? So she was like, we have fun, girl. We have fun. But you need to tell your best friend, like he about to be my little boo. But you need to tell him he needs to start eating, you know, eating the cat. So he's just dying. Like he like, man, shut up. And she like, you need to tell him if he gonna be my boo, he gonna have to start doing it. Cause if I'ma give, he need to give too. And we just dying laughing. He just like, shut up. So then she was like, how was y'all night? What y'all do? What y'all bitches do? Like, you know, just loud. I'm like, girl, I went to sleep. I'm like, my ass was drunk. I passed out and went to sleep. I'm like, but Tasha and them stayed up. So yeah, I was knocked out. She was like, Tasha, what you do? She was like, you that little light-skinned boy. She was like, what did you do, girl? Tell me. So they like, Tasha, what did you do? What y'all do when y'all stayed up or whatever? And she like, oh, I'm gonna tell y'all when we get out the car. So Malaysia's like, oh, wait. So Malaysia like, girl, tell us now. Inconsiderate do not care. He do not care because girl, we got stories that we're gonna talk about next, but he do not care. Just tell us. So she's like, that's not why. I'm gonna just tell y'all when we get out the car. So I'm like, Tasha, you could tell them. She's like, I'm gonna tell them when we get out the car. So I'm like, okay. So I was just like, anyway, did y'all have fun though? Like what y'all, like y'all, you know, like what, like y'all ended up going straight to the house, whatever. So she like, yeah, she was all like, inconsiderate. Mind you, we driving and stuff like that. So she like, inconsiderate, tell her, no, she like, Symone, tell inconsiderate to tell you to make sure he let me know who suck it better. So they all just, Tasha, the other girl, they just dying laughing. So I'm like, what was y'all doing? Like I'm laughing like, what was y'all doing? And he like, man, shut up. She just saying whatever. Like, shut up. Stop talking. But he laughing. We just all laughing. So he ended up turning up the music because I guess he was over her just spilling his business. So we ended up dropping him off. I hop in the front seat. So then I asked him, I was like, what was y'all doing? What is she talking about? Who's sucking better? So he like, I was like, what was you doing with all them girls? So he like, I didn't do nothing with all of them girls. He was like, I just did something with her. He was like, but she talking about, he was like, my phone. Basically, somebody was blowing up his phone like another girl. So she was like that. She was asking him like, oh, who do it better, me or her? Whoever the girl was blowing his phone up. So I was like, oh, okay. Because at this point, I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Your mom be letting y'all do whatever in the house. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. But, yeah. So I asked him, I was like, did Tasha seem a little off? So he was like, I don't know, that's girl stuff. Y'all, I was irritated because it's like, if you're gonna be somebody's boy best friend, you need to actually be able to engage in the conversation, which he did a lot of times. But it's like, I guess he just wasn't really peeping it, probably because he was irritated with Malaysia or whatever. I don't know, because he seemed like he was annoyed. But I don't know how their situation. Anyway, yeah. So he like, yeah, I don't know, that's girl stuff. So whatever. So we end up getting the food. I go back home. Boom. So now I'm like texting Joe, and I'm like, Joe, well, I'm hitting him up on Facebook, right? And I'm talking to him. We talking back and forth, and I'm like, did I do something to not Malaysia? I'm like, did I do something to Tasha like last night when I came downstairs? I'm like, because I really don't remember what happened. I'm like, did I do something to her and all this other stuff? And he's like, no, why? I was like, I don't know, she just seemed off. He's like, no, she didn't. Like, y'all seemed like y'all was cool, talking loud as hell, laughing on the bus. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, I don't know. Like, I think like I did something. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't do anything. He was like, well, if you feel like you did, ask her. So I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'll just ask her. I'll just see. I'm like, because I'm really thinking like, if he said I didn't say nothing to her and he sent me back upstairs, like, I don't think I did anything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when me and her was in the room talking, when they had left out before we left the house, she kept asking me, did I wake up? She was like, was we loud? Did you wake up? She kept asking me, and I was like, no. She's like, you sure? Like, you didn't wake up? And that's when I had told her I don't remember anything but going to sleep. And that's when she kept saying, oh, well, after we smoked, they left. After we smoked, they left. That's when she kept repeating herself. But yeah, I forgot to mention that part. So right. So she know I don't remember shit. So that's why I was thinking, like, did I do something I don't remember? Like, let me know, because I don't know what happened. Like, what just, she started just seeming like she got an attitude or whatever. So I'm not thinking nothing much of it, right? So I go on Facebook and all this other stuff like that. She like talking about this party, like, oh my god, they really was leaving people at the party after the shooting, da 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 da. And I comment, I'm like laughing my ass off, right? They fucked up for that. So I'm commenting like, it was so good seeing, and I tagged her in my post, like, it was so good seeing her. I can't wait till this week. We about to go to that beach party and turn up. Who all going? Like, you know, you people on Facebook, that's where people be like, you know, trying to figure out who doing your wedding, whatever like that. So I'm like, who are going? Mind y'all, she ain't never liked the post. She didn't like the post. She didn't comment on it. She didn't even say nothing back to me when I comment on her post. So I'm just thinking like, maybe she's asleep right now. She said she was tired, y'all. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm scrolling through Facebook. I end up going to sleep my damn self. I wake up later in that day. She's posting strange things on Facebook. So Tasha's posting shit like, bitches, this, that. Like, I don't remember exactly what she posted at that point, but I felt it was a sub. It was something she posted about bitches, and I felt like I was bitches. So I'm just like, this bitch is subbing me, but I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Simone, you tripping. Why would she be subbing? You didn't do shit to the girls. I was just laughing and kikiing. Y'all going to shake that ass in the sand on Wednesday. Like, she's not talking about you. You tripping, girls. Chill out. So I'm like, not thinking nothing of it, right? So then I ended up hitting her up, and I was like, you good? How you feel? I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm just now starting to feel better. Mind you, this is like later that night. I'm like, I'm just now starting to feel better. You good? How you feel? So she replies to me and she just say, yeah. So I'm just like, oh, okay, like, cool, you good? Like, you know, I'm making small talk now, like, okay. Back in the DM, like, okay, cool, that's good, you good, girl. I cannot wait till Wednesday. We're gonna have so much fun. Oh my god, I need to find me an outfit. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'm just talking in the DM, and she just put a happy face. So I'm like, Tasha, what's wrong? Tasha, what you doing? I'm just kidding. But no, I was like, dang, did I do something to her? I don't know. Like, at this point, I'm like, this is so weird. But Joe just kept telling me, like, every time I asked him, he's like, you didn't do anything. Like, y'all literally was cool. Like, maybe she just, like, annoyed or something, like, that you don't know how to hold your liquor. Like, I was like, bitch. But y'all, like, he just, like, yeah, you literally didn't say anything to her. He was like, you was walking down the stairs halfway, and I said something to you, then I went up the stairs, and I took you back in the room, and that was it. Like, you never came back down. So I'm like, okay. Well, I don't know. I'm like, well, maybe when she went to sleep, like, did she go to sleep? He's like, Tasha went to sleep when we all sleep. Like, you know, like, basically, y'all never had no alone time, like, ever. So, yeah. So, I'm just like, all right, I'm tripping. I'm just tripping, right? Y'all, I swear to God, I was not tripping. I keep seeing Facebook posts, Facebook posts, Facebook posts. Like, I think I found me a new little boo in LA. Da 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 da. This nigga was so fine the other night. So I'm thinking like I don't say his name. She talking about Benzino. She talking about him because they was fucking on the floor. She ain't talking. You know what? But you know when you insecure, you think everybody talking about your nigga. It could be a bitch to be like, I sneezed and he said bless you and gave me a hug. And I'd be like, my nigga says bless you. What the fuck? Is she talking to my man? You know when you just insecure, you be thinking crazy. It'd be like a girl could be posting pictures of backwoods. You be like, hold on. My nigga smokes backwoods. What's going on? Like he the only one keeping the company in business. But anyway, so I was just like, this is weird, but I wasn't saying nothing of it, right? But I'm still just posting, like, I post her, she not liking it, nothing like that. So I'm like posting, like, who going to such and such on this day? Yeah, nothing. It was nothing. It was dry. So like 2 days go by, y'all. 2 days go by. At this point, Joe hitting me up, and I haven't seen him in 2 days neither. So he hitting me up, and he just like, oh, I'm at Benzino house right now, but I'm about to come to your house in like an hour. I'm gonna leave from here. Remember I told y'all his phone issue or whatever like that? So he like, I'm gonna come. So it's not like we will be able to talk on his way here, right? So he like, I'm gonna come in a little bit. I'll let you know. So I'm like, all right, cool. Just let me know or whatever. That's fine. Y'all, next thing I'm on Facebook, I'm like, scroll. I'm like, am I tripping? It just seemed like the subs was subbing. I'm like, okay, let me chill, bitch. Chill. So I'm just still on Facebook, you know, whatever, writing whatever's on my mind. Can't wait for my man to see me later. Y'all, I literally posted something like that, like, can't wait for my man to come see me, or his name or whatever, like, oh, we finna watch something when he get here, like, oh, when such and such get here, we finna, let me stop saying such and such. I named the nigga Joe. When Joe gets here, we finna watch Animal Planet. I don't know. I'll say stuff like that, and he gonna rub my toes. Like, I'll say little stuff like that, right? So I posted something like that, like, ooh, can't wait for Bay, or nah, not Bay. I don't know what the fuck. Call him Stinky or something. I don't know. I used to call him dirty names. Like, not dirty like XXX, but like dirty like as in, like, why you calling your man that? But it's cute. I don't know. So I posted something like that on there, right? Basically, like, he's about to come see me. So next thing you know, I'm just going down. Y'all know Facebook is messy as fuck. And whenever you like somebody's stuff or comment on somebody's stuff and their page is not private, it's going to pop up on your timeline. So this girl popped on my timeline. I'm like, hold up. This the same girl from the other night. But it was the girl that Joe was pulling her hand, that girl from that night. So I'm like, why is she popping up on my shit? Like, who liked her shit? Y'all, Tasha liked her shit. So I'm like, this is weird. Tasha did not know these girls because you never said you knew these girls. So how are you liking her picture? How is she popping up? This not making sense. So I'm like, let me go to Tasha friends, and I'm gonna type in this girl name and see if they friends, because this makes no sense. Because when the fuck y'all become friends? Because you would have known if this was your Facebook friend, right? So I go to Tasha page to type, like, to see friends. Why right when I go to friends, guess who in her friends? Not Obama. It's Joe. It's Joe. So I'm like, when the fuck they become friends on Facebook? Like, wait, what's going on? Like, when did Joe and Tasha become friends on Facebook? So I'm like, this is weird. Mind y'all, at this point, I see Joe is active on Facebook. So I'm like, I'm about to ask Joe because this is weird as fuck. So I hit Joe up and I'm like, when did you and Tasha become friends on Facebook and why? Because so he's like, oh, she had added me, and he was like, something. He's like, no. So he like, oh, she added me on Facebook and I didn't want to be rude because I ran into her at the train station. So I'm like, you ran into her at the train station? He like, yeah, I had ran into her at the train station earlier today. He was like, she added me on Facebook and I didn't want to be rude because that's your friend. So I just was like, whatever, and accepted her friend request. So I was like, you ran into her at the train station? Yeah. I just kept repeating myself. So I'm like, call me. So he like, no, I'm not about to call you. I'm actually about to leave from right here right now. I love you. I'm gonna see you in a minute. I'm about to come to your house. So I'm like, well, what train station? Like, you know, and I'm just like, he didn't answer. Next thing you know, it said off, like he wasn't online no more. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'm not even about to say anything because I just thought that was so weird, y'all. Like, so weird, because it's like, she not saying nothing to me. Like, she being kind of weird as hell now. It's already damn near shake that ass in the beach day. I think we missed that. Or it was like the next day. We either missed it or I think we did miss it because she never said anything to me and I wasn't about to just keep hitting her up. So I'm like, you would think that she would have been like, girl, why run into your man at the train station? I don't know, but whatever. So I'm, next thing you know, I'm on Facebook. I'm just scrolling. Still just scrolling, refreshing my page. y'all, it's like I did not see it because remember, like I said, when I seen her like that girl post, then I went into a whole rabbit hole going to the girl page, and I did like looked at the girl page, seeing if her and Joe friends, all this other stuff, y'all. I was doing the most. Then I hit up Joe. Like, it was a lot. So I didn't see, like, literally like 2 minutes after I made my post about Joe finna come to the house and lick ice cream off the bottom of my feet. Literally after I made that post, whatever the fuck I said, it was like 2 minutes later, this bitch Tasha, I guess that, ooh, my hair looking, ooh. So I guess that post hit a nerve because it was like 2 minutes later, this bitch Tasha posts a off-guard picture of Joe at the train station and said, "I love you, best friend," and tagged him. I love you, best friend. Bitch, I was like, at this point, I said, oh no, this bitch Tasha got me fucked up. Ain't nothing innocent about this at this point, because you love him. What? Bitch, you met him like 3 days ago. This is not your best friend. So I comment and I said, best friend, LOL. And she was just like, LOL, like LOL at me, right? Next you know, her best friend comment, LOL. Next you know, Malaysia comment like, she said what she said. So I'm like, I was like, girl, I'm not talking to you. Like, I wrote back to her, I was like, girl, I'm not talking to you. So I was like, best friend again with a question mark. So then Tasha comment was like, girl, get off my post. And I said, left myself, girl, bye, my nigga don't got no best friend. Bitch. Girl, who's you best friend? So I'm like, he ain't got no best friend. So at this point, I'm irritated because I'm like, wait, what's going on? And it's like, you talking to me crazy. So I DM'd her because I'm like, what is you doing? So I DM'd her and I said, girl, what is going on? Like, why is you calling him your best friend? That's weird, talking about you left him. So she like, girl, I'm not about to go back and forth with you. That's my best friend. I could call whoever I want my best friend. So I was like, this not making no sense. So I'm like, girl, what? LOL. Y'all, at this point, we LOL and LOL. Ain't nothing funny though. So I'm like, girl, what? LOL. So she just like basically said some shit to me, like some slick shit to me. But she back on the post on Facebook. Like, she's back on the post on Facebook, really talking shit on there, like talking to them, talking to Malaysia and them. And they like, girl, right, da da da. She's so mad. She like, girl, right, laughing myself. But she's talking to them. So I'm like, no. So then I ended up, what happened? Oh, I ended up commenting back because people are commenting on there and they tagging me. They like, oh, I thought your boyfriend got, I guess your boyfriend do have a best friend, da 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 da. And I'm just like, y'all know people used to be messy as hell. Well, still probably is on Facebook, messy as hell when they see people arguing. They be nosy like, so what you gonna say? So I'm like, girl, you're weird as fuck. I'm like laughing myself. You see my boyfriend at the train station, took an off-guard picture, now you call him your best friend. You're weird. And she was just like, off-guard picture at the train station, LOL, girl, what is you talking about? So I was like, girl, at this point I'm irritated. There's people gassing it like, ooh, she with your nigga, ooh, like, you know, they just gassing it. So I'm irritated, right? So then she made a post and was all like, something, she better be lucky he just my best friend, or some she said like, she better be lucky he's just my best friend because I could really take her nigga. It was something like that. And I was like, who the fuck? Bitch, who the fuck is you talking to, Tasha? Because you ain't talking to me. So I said, bitch, oh, mind y'all, oh, I forgot to mention y'all. So rewind it back, like some days before, like me and him, we did it, y'all. Remember? Oh yeah, so I was talking to him, y'all. So when I kept asking him about Tasha, when I tell you this nigga would not stop talking bad about Tasha, like, oh, Tasha is so ugly. You know them funny, ugly girls be the funniest, cool ones. Da da da. He was just talking so bad about Tasha where I was like, bro, shut up. Like, she's not ugly. Like, you know, he was going in about how ugly this girl is. Like, going in. Like, when I stopped, like, oh, she look like this. She look like that. Da da da. And I'm like, boy, like, shut the fuck up. You're weird. Da 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 da. I just had to put that in there, right? So your nigga going hard calling a bitch ugly 9 times out of 10. He like her. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, so I just had to mention that. So anyway, when she said that, so I was like, girl, laughing myself, my nigga would never fuck with you. Right, I comment that. I comment that. Yeah, so next thing you know, she was all like laughing my ass off, girl, bye, before I hurt your feelings. And I was like, wait, at this point I'm irritated. I'm like, what did I do to Tasha? Did I call her bald headed when we was little? Like, what did I do to this girl? Like, what is her reason right now? Like, why is she acting like this? Y'all, so I'm just like, girl, what? Like, laughing myself, my nigga would never fuck with you. I was like, he was just being nice and added you because you my friend. I'm over here repeating what he said and I didn't even hear the full conversation. It was just a little DM what he said. So she's like laughing my ass off something. So then she posted the message, y'all. She posted a screenshot of her and Joe message on Facebook. Ain't no way they just met. Y'all, they been was friends on Facebook. I just didn't peep it. They was friends for probably like 2 days. Well, like a day or so now. So The message basically was like something he had said to her, something like, oh, I'm gonna be at Benzino house, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna come over there. And he was like, okay, gorgeous. Whatever he said to her, like basically he told her it's gonna be at, and then I just remember he said, okay, gorgeous. Gorgeous? You said she looked like an alien. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was like, oh. So y'all, people commenting, they like laughing my ass off. Oh, looks like your nigga do want to fuck with her. They comment, I'm getting mad. I'm gassed up. I'm mad. At this point, y'all, my go-to is always, where you at? So I'm like, Tasha, pull up. Tasha, come over here. You know where I'm at. I'm like, I'm at my grandma's house. Pull up. You want to fight? Yeah. Why am I trying to fight over a man doing me wrong? But she doing me wrong too. So I'm like, you want to fight? So she like, girl, ain't nobody about to fight your scary ass. At this point, the girl, y'all, the girl that Joe was with that day is commenting, laughing. So the girl that was fucking with that Joe was pulling her arm, so she commented like laughing my ass off and all this other stuff. She just commented. So I'm just like, bitches, I'm like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. I'm like, you over here trying to make it seem, I'm like, you over here bragging, talking about you want to take this nigga from me, which you can't. I said, when you was just fucking his homeboy on the floor. I'm like, wasn't you just fucking Benzino on the floor? And why my messy ass tag Benzino's Facebook, y'all? I'm like, wasn't you just fucking him on the floor? So people like, wait, you was fucking him on the floor? Y'all, why the other girl from that night, the one that was with Benzino, she commented and was like, wait, you fucked Benzino? Y'all. So she's like, Symone, bitch, you don't know what you're talking about, bitch. I really come beat you up now. So I might pull up. Pull up. I don't know why I'm telling her to pull up. Like, they gonna obviously have to catch the bus. So I'm like, pull up. So she's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, bitch, I heard you fucking him at 7 in the morning. Da, 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 da. I'm just going in. I'm like, you was fucking him on the floor. I said, now you want to fuck Joe? Sounds like a train to me. Y'all, I'm just going in because now I'm embarrassed, y'all. I'm embarrassed. She's like, bitch, you're insecure as fuck. You're so insecure. You over here crying over other bitches the other night. Like, don't get me started on you. Anybody could take that nigga from you. Like, da, da, da. He for everybody. She going in. She talking shit about Joe. I'm just like, which I didn't care. But I was just like, no, she didn't. So the girl was like, wait, so you fucked Benzino? And she tagged her. She's like, did she tagged me? And she was like, did she fuck him? And I was like, yes, she did fuck him. Like, y'all all weird as fuck. Like, why am I being defensive to her? But still, y'all are weird. So then she was like, that's crazy because when we was downstairs playing Truth or Dare, you didn't want to even get close to him. Only person you wanted to be close with was Joe. She was like laughing my ass off. And the other girl was like, I told you that bitch was weird. I said, Truth or Dare? When did Truth or Dare come in the picture? So I was like, y'all was playing Truth or Dare. Now I'm talking to the other girl. And she was like, bitch, don't ask me nothing. Y'all, I'm just like, mind you, we all get into it. Everybody get into it. Everybody at this post. Other people commenting like, oh my God, your nigga playing Truth or Dare with bitches. Where was you at? Da 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 da. So then she gonna come back like, not Tasha, but the other girl gonna come back like, she was upstairs asleep while her nigga was downstairs playing Truth or Dare with her homegirl. Put me on blast. Y'all, I was so embarrassed. Why my weird ass, I'm gonna call myself weird for this. Why my weird ass going to DM and I'm talking to Tasha like, bitch, you're weird, da da da. I was like, delete that post. Like, girl, delete that. Delete that post now. Delete it, y'all. Not delete the post. Cause I'm like, they was dragging me. Y'all don't understand. Not them girls from the other night. Cause at this point they mad cause she found out, oh, Benzino, cause she tagged Benzino like, oh, you fucked her, da 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 da. And right after I left and all this other stuff. So it was other people in the comments drag me. Like, just random ass people on Facebook that I don't even fucking know. So I'm like, delete that post. Delete the post. Delete the fucking post. She's like, bitch, I'm not deleting shit. So now I'm commenting. I was all like, so da 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 da. Like, I'm going in. She getting mad because I kept saying she fucked Benzino. She's like, girl, you don't even know what you're talking about. So now, because I kept saying that on the post, and now people comment like, oh wait, so you homie hopping? Which homie you gonna stick with? Now she deletes the post. She didn't delete when I asked her. She deleted because now people was going in on her. So she delete that post. The other post is still up, and she was just like, bitches don't want to see me, da, 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 da. Like writing all type of stuff like that on Facebook. So I was like, bitch, I do want to see you. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. So she's like, bitch, ain't nobody worried about you or that nigga. If I wanted that nigga, I could have him. So I'm like, where you at? She's like, yo, nigga know where I'm at. Oh, at this point I'm like, bitch. So I'm hitting up Benzino. So Benzino's like, Symone, leave me the fuck alone. He wrote to me like, leave me alone. You putting me in this messy ass shit. You're weird as fuck. So I'm like, bitch, fuck you. Like, I'm getting into it. Everybody on Facebook, y'all. I had to crack my knuckles like crack, 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 crack to be typing like, I'm on the computer. Getting into it, everybody. Next thing you know, my grandma, she ended up walking back to the den, and she was like, all right, we finna go, Moni. Like, you good? So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And she leave, right? So when she left, it probably was like not even 5 minutes later, I hear footsteps. So I'm thinking it's one of them coming to the back to like tell me something else, I guess, because they was finna leave. Why is Joe? I guess he caught them right before they was leaving and they let him in the house. It's Joe. I look. I said, oh, you here now. You here now. He was like, what's wrong with you? So I get up and I start like rush walking, like damn near running to the living room, because from the den to the living room it's like a little mission. I'm running to the living room. I look out the window, I peep the cars is going, everybody gone. So I'm like, okay. So I run back because he's following me. So I run back, I'm like, come here. So I'm like, oh, you bitches best friends now. You bitches best friends now. So he was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said, oh, you got a female best friend now. So he like, what the fuck? So he tried to flip. He like, oh, you got Inconsiderate as a best friend. Inconsiderate is your best friend. First of all, I've known him way before I've known you. Like, but anyway, like, I'm like, that's weird as fuck. You said that you ran into this bitch at the train station, but y'all met up at Benzino's house, da da da. He like, what the fuck? Nobody want that ugly ass bitch. What is you talking about? I'm like, she exposed you on Facebook. He like, what? I'm like, she put the messages, okay, gorgeous. And I knew, like, well, duh, it wasn't fake, but obviously it was right there. And he used to say that a lot. He used to always call bitches gorgeous. And I used to be like, side eye. But yeah, she like, okay. I'm like, okay, gorgeous. So I'm cussing him out like, you weird as fuck. Get the fuck out of my house, you weird bitch. So I'm just cussing him out and stuff. Y'all, I don't disrespect men like that now. Like, back then, yeah, but I don't disrespect. Like, I feel like it shouldn't get to that. And plus, I don't deal with people that get me to that. Like, we know how to talk as adults. Like, and plus, we don't do stuff like that. But back then, very much so. So he like, what the fuck is you talking about? He's like sweating at this point. He can barely talk. So he like, let me sign into Facebook. Let me sign into Facebook. What's going on? I said, this bitch embarrassing me. I hated being, I still do. I don't like being embarrassed, y'all. So I'm like, this bitch embarrassing me on the internet. Da 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 da. He like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? So he go on Facebook. He log in from my computer. I'm sitting in the chair and I'm just like this, just mad. I'm on my phone now on Facebook, still going back and forth with her and stuff like that. So he go on Facebook, and why she DM'd him and was like, get your bitch, and then was like saying a whole bunch of stuff to him. Like, she was like, get your bitch, and then she was like, I want to see you tonight, can I spend the night? Like, she was saying a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like, I guess because she was wondering why he didn't ever reply, but it's like, bitch, you ain't fucking phone. So anyway, yeah, you picked a mighty cool nigga to want to take. Anyway, so he over there typing to her, and he was like, look at, see this bitch trying to talk to me. She's trying to talk to me. I was not trying to talk to her. I just was being nice by calling her gorgeous because she ugly, and I'm pretty sure nobody called her gorgeous. I was like, nigga, you sound stupid as fuck. I'm like, when y'all become best friends? I'm like, y'all clearly have to have seen each other. He's like, I seen her at the train station. So at the train station, y'all developed, y'all was being best friends and y'all loved each other. So I was like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Like, you're weird. I'm like, you could go, you could leave now, like, you could leave. And he like, I'm not going nowhere. And I was just like, yes you are. Y'all, we get into it. So while he go on Facebook, he gonna make a post, and he was all like, I love Symone. I love Symone so much. I love you. Tagging me. I said, don't tag me in that shit, bitch. Anyway, he was tagging me in so much stuff like, I love Symone. I would never leave Symone for you bum ass bitches, you ugly ass bitches, da da da. He going in. He going in. So I was like, you still weirdo. I don't give a fuck what you're posting. You're weird. You're weird. Why out of all people, like out of all people, bro, you cheat on me with everybody? Why you hurt? Why would you do that? I'm just kidding. Now you cheat on me with everybody, y'all, because at this point, this when I had a whole, now y'all see why I had a different boyfriend? Now y'all see why I had two? Because niggas don't know how to act. It's like, if you gonna have four, I'm gonna have two. You know, I don't want to juggle that many, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so I was just like so mad, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what was her reason? Like, girl, we was bonding. We was catching up. Why, what was your reason? Like, what really was her reason? I have no idea. What was either one of their reasons? Even if he did approach you first or tried you first, why did you give in? Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, why? Bro, I was so confused. Like, I was confusion as hell. So yeah, so now he's posting little stuff. So she posted stuff like, fuck that nigga, I don't give a fuck about you or that nigga. Like, she's making sub ass posts because I guess because he's posting how he loved me so much, right? So then I don't know what happened. They must have got into it in DM or something. He was not trying to show me their messages, but he tagged her in a post and was like, bitch, I would never want to talk to you, da 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 da. So she like, oh, you wasn't just saying that though, da da da. Like, she posted. So now they getting into it. So I'm like, this is embarrassing as fuck, bro. This I have the nerve to wonder why I post my other man on Facebook. Yeah, fucking this was just embarrassing. They getting into it, right? So I was like, bro, you're embarrassing. Like, you're embarrassing as fuck. Like, you're embarrassing. And he's like, how am I embarrassing? That bitch is not your friend, da da da. You're not my nigga. Like, yeah, she's not my friend neither, but neither are you. I thought we was cool. I thought we was friends. I thought we was better than that. I was so mad. I was so embarrassed, y'all. But after that day, like, she ended up, did she unfriend me? She did unfriend me, y'all. And then eventually, like, refriended me or whatever. But she unfriended me. Oh, I don't know why. Something just happened, y'all. I was staring right here into the camera, and the ring light, it just started blinking and gave me the worst, weirdest feeling, headache ever. Probably got me to eat. But anyway, she unfriended me or whatever, y'all, and they didn't unfriend each other. Weird, right? So I was just like, whatever. I was irritated with him. He did end up leaving, though, because we got into it, and he was just like, I don't got to deal with this. He probably went to another bitch house, who knows, but he left. And yeah, I don't know the reason. And y'all are wondering why me and Tasha became friends again. I don't know the reason. I don't know, because after that we did become cool again, probably like a year later, because after I had graduated high school, it was a situation that had happened with, oh, did I tell that story? I did, but I named her something different, I think. Oh, remember when I told y'all the story about when we was at the club and we thought they was shooting, but the speaker fell and the person threw me over the gate? That's who I was with. I was with Tasha. So yeah, we did become cool again. Remember, yeah, and I bed, yeah. So yeah, it was like a year later and some change that we became cool again. I have no idea why. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. But yeah, that's it for this story, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to y'all in my next video.